All right. How are you today? I was really hoping today that I was going to have my guest. And unfortunately, because of technical issues, we were not able to have Annabelle today. But I was really looking forward to talking about this subject of body shaming, building confidence, self esteem. And I was, sometimes how you're prepared to really interview someone, and a counseling psychologist, and I was really, really excited about it. And it is not happening, and I'm a little disappointed with it, but that's life. It happens. Life happens, and we keep moving on. That's what it is. How many of you are on like your fifth plan, like plan five or plan E of what you thought your life was going to be like? Really, that's for me. I'm just like I'm on plan five right now because my life is really not even going anywhere close to the way that I thought it was going to go. So, anyway, without further ado, let me just talk about why this subject of body shaming was really important to me. And that was because of the low self-esteem that was built for me when I went to boarding school. I think that was the beginning of the death of my identity, is when I was in boarding school. And I'm telling you, we when the British came to Kenya, the first thing they did was divide and rule. They took their children away from their parents. And that is a strategy. If you want to enculturate people, if you separate children from their parents, you can indoctrinate the way you want, and you can do whatever it is, and you can put whatever kinds of messages that you want to the children, because the parents are not there to monitor it. They're not there to calm you when things are down. When you are down, they're not able to counter what it is that you are learning, and the indoctrination that you're receiving. So for us, it was body shaming. We were shamed for even the slightest expression of sexuality, in terms of even how we were dressed. We had to be completely covered up with flared skirts, and and there's nothing wrong with being there's a difference between being modest, and there's a difference between being modest and a culture that shames you or hides your sexuality, especially when you're a teenager. This is the time for you to express yourself, your individuality, but it's somehow we were not allowed to express our individuality. I think that's where the beginning of body shaming and low self-esteem and lack of confidence comes in, because of you have to think as a group, right? That group think. And then when I was living in Kenya, there was this group called Mongeke. So I don't know if you are from Kenya. If you're from Kenya and you know Mongeke, this was a gang of men that would shame women in public if they thought whatever she was wearing was inappropriate. And so there was not really a stand. I mean, they had their own standard of what they thought was an appropriate thing to wear. So if you were wearing like a piped skirt, what we call them piped skirt, means that it was hugging your hips, they could actually attack you in public, beat you and rape you in public. It was such a scary time to live back in the day, when this group of this gang, and I would call them very toxic men with a very toxic mentality, would attack women in public, rape them and beat them for what they were wearing. Can you imagine how scary it was for us to live in a time like that? So our moms were really scared to send us with just even regular clothes that we were wearing. There would be like, you've got to cover up, or somebody is going to beat you and shame you. And I remember putting an outfit, and they would come and cover you're behind, you just don't want to show your curves, right? And then after shaming us for that, when you're trying to get in a relationship, they say, oh no, now show your curves. The men actually want to see those curves in order to choose you and pick you, because why are you dressed like that? They're wondering, why are you dressed like an old lady? Why are you not showing us, and why are you not being attractive? I was like, well, these are really mixed, confusing messages that we're getting here, okay? And I'm still trying to figure out how I can be able to put on an outfit that shows my curves, my behind, and a little bit of cleavage without feeling like I'm being judged or feeling like someone is going to come and attack me and strip me and shame me in public. So that mentality is no longer serving me, because I live in the United States. I live in California. It is a safe place for me to dress and express myself the way I want. So it's all in my mind. It's all in my mind. Nobody is going to attack me or shame me for what I'm wearing. But why is it that I can't really go out and do that? What is the mental process that has to take place for me to be able to do that? And that's what I'm saying. It was so important for me to have my counseling psychologist so that we can be able to iron out these issues. So I was looking forward to a really awesome conversation. But if you're watching this later, I still want to interact with you and have this discussion. So if you have something to say about body shaming, if you have something to say about how it's maybe an experience that you had, or maybe some advice about how you can get over that lack of self-confidence because of being shamed for what you are wearing or what you look like, please comment and let's continue this discussion in the comments later on. I'm really curious and I want to really hear from you. If you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. We have so many topics to talk about, and tomorrow I'm going to have my guest Oge. She is an author, and I'm going to be interviewing her on a book that she has written, an amazing book that talks about the battle between the good and evil that we feel on the inside, and the growth process that we must all go through, the evolution that we all must go through in order to reach that, to be self-actualized, as we talk about in humanistic terms, because she believes in self-actualization. For me, even though we have different faiths, we still are we agree on so many things in terms of like what personal growth looks like and what evolution looks like, what it is to be integrated, to accept those bad and good parts of you and to move towards wholeness. Anyway, so I feel a little disappointed today, but life goes on, life moves on. We don't always get what we want a lot of the times, but part of being an adult is really accepting the reality that this world is not perfect. We live in an imperfect world with imperfect people and imperfect situations, which is all okay. God bless you so much, and please remember to subscribe. Remember to share this video and also comment and let me know what you think about body shaming and overcoming that, and how to build self-esteem and confidence on the outside. It all starts on the inside, but there is something to be said about shaming others for what they wear. And so God bless you and have a wonderful day.